Hey everyone, welcome to our Gut Health 15 with our guest, Sydney Klein. I'm so excited to have her on today. I'm Marla Stegman, if we haven't met, and if you're catching the recording, I started Plexus over 9 years ago. Didn't know what a probiotic was. I was just wanted to lose a few pounds for my wedding and was going to get my money back in 60 days. And little did I know about gut health and how it took away my migraines, my low iron, my constipation, my acid reflux, slept better, didn't crave sugar, didn't crave Diet Coke anymore. Like all these things that I thought were just part of getting older. And so then I started sharing 5 months in, and that grew to a lot of people being interested. And through social media, it's been such a gift because a lot of people, I would have never touched their lives if I hadn't shared my story. So if you're listening and you are intimidated by sharing your story, just know it's selfish not to share your story because others will never benefit. So instead of being a blessing blocker, be a blessing giver. Okay. So a little bit before we start with Sydney's testimony, just a little bit about our company. We are the OG Gut Health Company, and you're going to get a taste of the support and educational commitment that we have on our team, because my goal is to have the healthiest team in Plexus, and that's why we really pour into education and serving and helping people understand the ingredients, but also bring health challenges in and just like to have fun and educate people. If you are new and or already ordering the products, hopefully you've downloaded your Plexus Go app that is free with your VIP order, and you get to register for a 12-week program, which is called Pivotal, and you get workouts that are 3 days a week. And if you do those consistently, you earn perk points, which is our rewards program. There are recipes on there. You can, on the app, you can even put your first post in if you want to share one. And you have a referral link as well. So I had no intention of sharing, but when products make you feel amazing and better than you have your whole life, you change your mind. And you have a referral link that can help you get your products paid for, or you can build a business over the years. Like it's been 9 years for me, and I'm a Sapphire, which just means you're at a profit sharing level. And it means that I just really didn't stop learning. I kept showing up and consistently just learning and sharing. So when you have 3 friends that order from your referral link, you can earn $300, which usually ends up being your mom, sister, husband, brother, family, usually, and close friends. And then it usually grows from there. And we have what's called a 4x4. When you help 4 people and they each help 4, you can go quickly to what's called gold, fast start gold, where you can earn up to $1,000. It's not about earning the money, but it really is about sharing the products. And if you can just help yourself not have to budget, it really is a blessing. So we're the OG gut health company. We focus on balancing our body's microbiome, supporting healthy glucose metabolism, which helps maintain a healthy weight, reduces systemic puffiness that is responsible for pain and weight gain. We're a debt-free company. We are 16 years old, and our products are sold in 5 countries, which is all on your website. If you choose to share the referral link and upgrade to a brand ambassador, you can sell in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand. We're GMP certified for potency and validation of ingredient claims. We're third-party tested for impurities, toxins, chemicals, and pesticides. We're globally sourced, with only the purest form of ingredients that are used. So that's just a quick summary, and I want to give the mic over to Sydney. She is joining us from Nebraska, and we get to meet next week at convention. Plexus has convention where we're all going to be there passionately learning. But Sydney has an amazing health story, so I'm going to let her begin. And if you have questions for her, just put it in the comments, and we'll just be thrilled to hear your story, Sydney.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Marla. I was just honored that you asked me to jump on your call and share my story because at first when I started Plexus, I didn't want to share it with anybody. I was actually with a different company. That's a whole different story. So let me share a little bit about my testimony. For the last 10, 15 years, I have had, well, it'd be about 20 years now because I've been with Plexus for about 4 years. I had just a series of health issues. I always had bloating and digestive upset. When I was a child, I had issues, but with each child, it seemed to get worse. And I couldn't pinpoint what it was or what the problem was, but with each one, it was for one child, it was cantaloupe, another was watermelon, almonds, dairy, all of a sudden, because I drank milk through my son's pregnancy. And then all of a sudden I was lactose intolerant and I was like, what is going on? And the bloating got worse. I had gotten to the point where I needed to have like a colonoscopy. I had blood test. I had gone to the doctors and my hair was starting to fall out. It was getting very, very thin. I was just exhausted. And it got to the point where I was just getting chronic infections, chronic yeast infections, chronic UTIs. And so I was like, okay, the normal Western medicine is not working for me. I'm going to have to start and dig in and find something else because this isn't right. The doctors are telling me, oh, it's just because you're getting older. Like this, I've been healthy my whole life. I have a fitness background, nutritional counselor. I knew something wasn't right. And so I started working with a naturopath doctor, and that really opened my eyes to a lot about food, and that's where the nutrition came in. And it really opened my eyes to a whole different way to heal the body. But sadly, it was super expensive. It was thousands of dollars a month, and this whole basket full of supplements I would have to take. And there was a few things that I would say um, helped things get a little bit better. My adrenals were completely shot, and so that did help me get to a place where I felt a little bit better there. But all of the bloating was still there. And I told my husband, I cannot see spending this money every single month when I'm not seeing the benefits. And it was about 18 months 12 months, 18 months I'd worked with that doctor. Um, my friend Natalie, mutual friend of ours, she had reached out to me and she was never pushy, and I really appreciated that. But she was just like, hey, I do this thing. Like, you look like you're into fitness. Maybe this would be something for you. And I was like, no, I was kind of a supplement snob. I had my supplements that I liked, and that was it. Like, nothing else was good. But then fast forward another about 18 months, and I had a chronic UTI that would not go away. And my mom and dad passed away of cancer. We have cancer in our family. My grandparents had cancer, and I was really starting to get concerned that it was cancer. Because even when I didn't test positive for a UTI, I felt like I had it, that burning and just that cramping. And so I was just like, I'm not going to take any more antibiotics. Like, I've been on them. I'm just done. And so it was at my wit's end, and it was more or less to prove that these products were not going to work. And I still remember clearly texting Natalie and saying, fine, whatever, I don't care what it costs. Just tell me what it is. I'm going to buy it and try it. And I thought it's not going to work, you know? And so I just started with the triplex, the hunger control. And within 2 weeks, I was sleeping through the night, which I didn't even really realize I had an issue with sleep until I didn't. Um, and it's been 4 years, and I have not had a UTI since. And for some people, oh, well, maybe the antibiotics finally worked, but nobody can take my truth from me. And I know I had tried everything and it wouldn't go away. So this is the longest my hair has been since I was probably 24, 25. My husband still looks at me and he's like, your hair is so long. And I mean, you should check out my Facebook page because somewhere in there I have a side by side, and I was like balding. I look at it and I look like was 20, 30 years older than I am right now. But, it was more energy. I didn't have to take naps in the afternoon anymore. And another thing that I noticed, this is before I started the Vital Biome, I didn't have this like anxiety, this almost like an aggression. I'm embarrassed to even say it, but I would just get so frustrated at my girls. And they were just little girls. And it wasn't anything that they were doing, but it was like this internal just angst. And I did a pretty good job hiding it, but that's almost worse when you have to just stuff it in. That went away. I just feel better. I am off all prescription medications. I was on some anxiety medicine. I was on Wellbutrin, the highest dose that you could take. And over the course of the 4 years, I've been able to get off of all of it, and it feels amazing. And so what happened was I started feeling better, and I was like, this is crazy. This is the only thing that's helped me. And I just thought, well, I know Gail, and I know that she shared with me she's struggling some things. Maybe I should just mention it to her. And so I mentioned it to her, and lo and behold, she started, and her issues went away. And she's still a customer of mine. And so then I thought, well, I know so and so, and then I know this one. Well, what about her? What about her? And so then before I knew it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm making more just sharing something that truly helps and is life changing than I ever did in my previous company. So I got to that point where I had to decide, what am I going to do here? And I went all in convention last year. It took me a while. I kind of wavered back and forth, but convention last year, I went uh, and I told my husband, I'm either going and I'm going to come home and just be like, okay, that's it. Like it's not for me. I love the products, but it's just not for me. Or I'm going to come home and I'm going to be on fire. And I came home and I was on fire when I heard the heart of the company and I saw what their vision was and I met the people. It was a genuine community of people that were like me. So I went all in and my business grew a lot in the last year. And I'm super excited for convention at this perfect timing because I'm ready for another like big push of growth. So it's been a blessing. I homeschool and I do this full time now. I've been able to get to the point where I do this full time, and we love the flexibility. We have two vacation rentals, one in Michigan and then one in Missouri, and we love to go. I have my grandbabies are in Vegas, so I love to be able to just say, "Hey, we're going to go for 2 weeks to Michigan, then we're going to go to 2 weeks to Vegas. We're going to do this," and I would never have had that opportunity if I hadn't have just gone all in. And I am still just in awe that God is using me in this way that, I'll just pray, Father, who do you want me to talk to? Or who, bring whoever needs help, bring them to me and open my eyes and open my heart so that I can welcome them in. And it's amazing the people that come. And I never would have thought. So it has been such a blessing in so many levels in the personal growth. And I swear with the gut health, it just gets better. I don't know how it can after 4 years, but it's still getting better. And I'm really looking forward to, just other things that Plexus has in store for us with products and just, um, I'm a forever learner. So I'm getting my gut health coaching certification because I want to help people just that have maybe some more severe needs that is above and beyond Plexus. But so that's my story. There's a lot more to it. Uh, but trying to condense it down to share it with you guys. I don't have any food intolerances anymore. I don't have any bloating. I go to the bathroom, several times a day instead of once a week. Um, I have heavy cream in my coffee every morning. It is insane what focusing on your gut health and your inflammation and really focusing on blood sugar balance, what that can do for your life. It has reversed so many things that I was struggling with for years. I wish I would have listened. Plexus, when it was introduced to me probably about 10, 15 years ago, and I snubbed it off because it was an MLM, network marketing company, and I wasn't even a part of that business field yet. And gosh, I think, man, all those years, if I would have just given it a chance. But everything happens for a reason, right? So,
Right.
but if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer whatever.
Okay. someone wrote, what a life changer finding these products. Yep. Okay. Great story.
Yeah.
Great story. Yeah. So I'm curious. I also had a really good friend try and talk me into taking it in 2010, and I snubbed her
Yeah.
to like, just like wouldn't even listen, just was mean. Like,
Right.
oh yeah. So, and I still regret that. But
Yeah.
when you're ready, you're ready. And
Hmm.
just hearing your stories, just, it just puts me in awe. So now when you went on the gut, you were a nutritional coach for how long
Hmm.
before you started?
For about 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
Okay. And then were they talking about gut health in that certification
No,
process? No, isn't that interesting? When I
no.
started sharing 9 years ago, um, gut health really wasn't talked about a lot either on social media.
Mm-mm.
People were messaging me and telling me I was crazy, but it was
Mhm.
like,
I know.
no, I don't care. I feel amazing. I'm going to keep sharing. This is like legit,
Right.
and I'm going with my intuition. But so I'm curious, when you switched to Plexus, the Triplex, did you
Mm.
completely stop the supplements from your naturopath before you started Plexus, or were you on a few of those?
I did. I stopped everything, mainly because the cost. The cost was just outrageous. There is one thing that I do continue. I stopped and then I started again. It's a different type of an electrolyte, but I have mitral valve prolapse. And so, and that is from being on diet medication, the fen when that was way back in like early 2000s, I think, or maybe I can't remember. But anyways, it's a result of using that.
Mm,
So, and I only used that for about a month or two. But anyways, I have to have a lot of sodium, magnesium, and potassium. Otherwise, I have palpitations that are pretty scary all day. So that is something that I do drink the Plexus Hydrate. But if I don't get at least 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of a really good quality sodium, then my heart is a mess. So that is the only supplement that I use outside of Plexus products. But the probiotics, just love our probiotic, the way that it's designed. And you don't have to keep it in the refrigerator. That was the one that I had to use. And I was just like, that is so inconvenient with as much as we like to travel. Several of the products that they wanted me to use had to be refrigerated. And that just doesn't work for me, you
no,
know?
no. And
So,
yeah, when it gets into our warm body, a lot of those refrigerated bacterial strains
yeah,
don't survive, right? Into our
right.
intestinal lining, through our to
Yeah,
our gut. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
interesting. Plexus was so ahead of the game when I think, with what they created with the product that are synergistically just works so magically. The triplex is magic.
yeah,
So after the
yeah.
triplex, was your next product the vitamin, methylated vitamin, or was it Vital Biome? Do you remember?
It was Vital Biome because I really wanted to get off of prescription medication. So Natalie shared with me, she's like, maybe you should just try this. And so what I did, and I share with all the clients I work with, like, I can't promise you that you're going to get off because there are times that you really do need to have that, or it might take you a lot longer. But I used the Vital Biome for probably, say, about 6 months. And then I weaned myself off like by 25 milligrams. Like I would take it down 25 milligrams of Wellbutrin, and I did that for several months, and then I tapered it. So it probably took me about 2 years, maybe, um, until I got off. But I have no issues whatsoever, and I was on that for about 7 years. So, and you mentioned, was gut health anything in my nutritional counseling? And it wasn't. And what was even more concerning, and it still is to me now, and it drives me in a different avenue of passions of talking to physicians if they're open to listening to me, is not once with all of those physicians that I saw, not one person, not one of those physicians did they ever mention gut health to me. They never mentioned anything about a probiotic. They never mentioned about maybe checking inflammatory markers in me. I am certain that I had some type of thyroid issue going on as well. I had all of the symptoms, but when they would test me, I was just in the normal range. I mean, like zero point zero 0.01. And looking back now, I think I mean, medically they should have treated me for that because I displayed all of the issues but I was in that range. So I work with a couple nurse practitioners, and just educating them, and just I figure with the gut health certification, it doesn't mean anything to me because it's just knowledge that we'll continue learning the rest of our lives because we're passionate about it. But it's important to some people to see that. And so I figure that would, maybe help open up conversations to some chiropractors and things like that, because our society needs gut health. Our children Our children need gut health. So many of our children are chronically constipated to the point they're going to the emergency rooms. And it's just our food. I could go on and on. It is very concerning that if our children are not well taken care of, and where do our children learn it? They learn it from us. We have to show good gut health measures and supporting our body. And I wish we didn't have to spend the money on supplements. I do. But our foods are so depleted. It is, it's just so much of the stuff at the grocery store. I don't even call it food. They're edible substances. It's not even food. It's not nutritious. So I'm 100% believer in we have to supplement. We have to help support our body. And these products are made amazing.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast on my walk the other day, and they said ages, was it 14 to 40 is the largest age with the most digestive issues and diagnoses
Yeah.
right now. Like, I thought it would be older, but younger people are getting,
Hmm.
more of the processed foods and all the,
Hmm.
yeah. So
Yeah. The sad thing is the last 2 months, I had 3 or 4 college age girls reach out to me with very severe, and they have stress, and of course they're not eating right, and all of that. And so helping them to get back on track. And it's sad to me that they're that young and they're already dealing with issues. Like, if they don't learn gut health and support their bodies really well, what's 30 going to look like? What's it going to do to their cycles? What is their fertility going to be like? So that's why we share it loud and proud,
yeah,
because yeah, the pain has turned into purpose and passion to share with other people. So on the hard days where I'm like, because we all have those, I'm like, nope, I got to keep going. I got to keep sharing. Somebody out there needs that, they need this stuff, and I'm going to follow up. Natalie had to follow up with me. I bet we kind of chatted back and forth for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Yeah. And she was not pushy. And so I think we all have experienced the stereotypical, or the part of network marketing that we don't like. That's not the way to do it. And I know that you don't help people that way either. So when you do it from a place of love and a place of truly wanting to serve somebody else, it's a beautiful relationship, you know? And
Mhm.
that's the way she was with me. So she's still a dear friend.
Yeah. I just had somebody say that to me too. She said, you weren't pushy with me, so, and it was just so good to feel that, because sometimes you do feel like maybe you're saying too much, or, but
Right.
you don't want it. And it's,
Right.
I think if we just focus on helping, who can I help today, and praying,
Yeah.
I think does bring a lot of people to you. God
Yeah.
has a way of working in our business, I think, as
He
well.
does. But I
Well,
have been bold because there have been some people that have kind of made some excuses, and I've learned to be bold because I know that this will help them, but it's not a pushy. It's a, okay, I understand, but if you do nothing, what is your plan? If it's not going to be this, what is your plan? Because I don't want to hear from you a year from now and have you be worse off. So just tell me that you have a plan, and how can I support you in that plan? Because I still love you and want to support you,
I
you
love
know?
that. Yeah, because so many too have to, put their line in the sand, and,
Yeah.
take the products every day and be committed and, show up at events like this. So you're actually learning as you are using the products, not just taking them and,
Right.
yeah, but being bold is important and following up and just inviting people to
Yeah.
events like this. I think it's like inviting them to a show, kind of. I
Right.
mean, nothing salesy
Right.
about that, right?
No, just
Just a
sharing. Yeah.
little mini webinars. Yes, but we went way over, but I think
I'm so
what you
sorry.
shared was so valuable. I think you all agree, right? So I will skip out on talking about products, but thank you all for joining. Are there any questions? Let me check here one more time.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry. I figured I probably would go over because I always just chat, chat, chat so much. There's just
And
so much to share. There's
I
not enough time.
know, it's so good. Marsha was asking where you're getting
Yeah.
your gut health certificate through.
It is,
Do you want to just
I
send
will
it
have
to
to,
me? Send it
I'll
to me
send
and
it
I
to
can
you.
send it to Marsha.
Okay, perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's a blessing is, you don't need to be an expert.
No.
We just have to be bold and say these products work. And there's tons of testimonies. That's where a healthy living group, we have tons of testimonies. Find a testimony that will relate to them. Because we don't have to know the ingredients. We don't have to be gut health
Right.
experts. We just have to be willing to, help them. And then
Right.
get others on the team that can help if you're stuck, with
Right.
troubleshooting. So, but yeah, I'm so grateful for you being on. And if I can return the favor, you let me know. And
Thank you so much.
yes, I can't wait to see you next week.
I know, me too. Yes, you'll have to text me and let me know where you're at and we'll meet up. But thank you so much. Thank you, ladies, for having me on. I appreciate it. You guys have just a wonderful rest of the week and hopefully no more bad storms. So
Right, right. Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, bye. See you guys.